In a world powered by AI and smart devices, the biggest threat to cybersecurity isn't just the coding, it's us, the humans. This week on the Gender Tech podcast, we are exploring how human errors are one of the major contributors to cyber insecurity, and also how AI is reshaping the defense and attacks that happen online. Now, to help us unpack all this, from human firewalls, the rise of AI in the cyberspace, I am joined by one of our very esteemed guests, Mr. Ben Kerry Maweje, who is a very well-thought leader in the world of science and technology and cybersecurity, and he has done a lot of work in the cyberspace. You're most welcome to the show. It's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you, Ruth. It's always a pleasure discussing some of these things with you.
Yeah. So Ben Kerry is well thought and he has vast experience in cybersecurity. To start off our discussion, Ben Kerry, I welcome you to tell us more about yourself, the work that you've done in the field of cybersecurity, and how human errors are still a leading cause of the cyber threats that we do experience.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ruth. And you have mentioned the name. They are both my government names and my parent-given names. So it's always a pleasure discussing this with you. You have, of course, done a very good introduction. It's only that I've quite experienced when it comes to digital advisory and cybersecurity for over a decade, 12 years plus. And I've been in the field. I have seen some of the technologies come and others go. The era of the AI that everybody is talking about, closely monitoring what's going on. But I am very privileged to, of course, discuss this with you. To start off, and when you told me about this, I was like, wait, a human firewall is not technology. It's just us. It's just me. It's just you. It's just employees. Anyone who uses a machine, who sits down before a computer, before a system to go and do their work, as long as it connects to the internet, you are a human firewall. You're a bridge between what you're seeing on the screen and then the next decision that you're about to take, which is very, very key. And we all play an active role in the protection of our digital works, our day-to-day mails that we attend to, our phones. Every day we are playing a very, very critical role. But so security is not just an IT task that we have to achieve every day. No, it's not. So it is everyone's responsibility. It is my responsibility. It is your responsibility. That is why we're having this thing of a human firewall. You're responsible for what is going out and what is coming in. Precisely. I would want to assume that a human firewall is probably that gate man who is in charge of who is in and who is out, who is also culpable. That is what it is. But critically, technology can detect and block phishing spams. Technology has advanced. And we are in the era of the AI where things are very, very critical. Whereas technology can detect, the human intuition, the human firewall is very key. I will detect, but then am I able to find out whether this is the real Ruth or this is the other Ruth?
Yeah.
So most successful attacks happen because there's just a small bridge, a small gap,
human error.
Small human error that happens. And so in the era of advancements in technology, the human, us, me and you and everybody who is watching this is actually your show. Thank you, Ruth.
So that makes me look at as human firewalls as a very critical part of cybersecurity. Why are human firewalls a big deal? Why are our mistakes, the tiny little gritty mistakes that we do?
You see, a strong human firewall reduces the attack surface dramatically and drastically. It reduces it. So I'll give an example that one cautious employee is able to save the company millions of money. One cautious. You detect it and flag it before another person sees it. So when you detect it and flag it before another person sees it, then you're going to save it. However, these human errors mostly occur because, number one, people have technology stress. The technology stress happens when someone has had a long day at the workplace. Amidst many things, people want to multi-purpose. But remember what happens with technology. If you cannot spend a minute to look at something, you're bound to make an error. People would want, it's in our creation, it's in our DNA to multitask, to become very curious on many things. Let me see. This day and age, even among elites, someone forwards you a message and tells you, hey, I have this, then you will win this money. And I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, if you can't work, don't expect to get something free of charge. And who is that person that's about to give you something that is free of charge? That person does not exist. Yeah? The awareness gap amongst people. We assume that when someone has gone to school, they sit before the computer, they probably have a thing or two they know about it. Actually, no, you're surprised. There was a time, many years ago, I met someone who had a first-class degree from one of the universities here, but they could not even install an operating system, a simple Microsoft operating system. They cannot even try to run a scan. And I am like, okay. So the assumption that people have gone to school, people know, those are one of the leading errors that people make. And reducing human error also shouldn't be about blaming people. No, we should, when in cybersecurity, we try to deal away with that. Deal away with the blame, then what is it about? So for me, I believe that it's about having robust systems, smarter systems, but also better habits. Because the human behavior, me as a human firewall, the system would be smart, but the decision entirely lies with me to take over.
Sure. I think that explains why even in the era of AI, with the way advanced technology, we still have we as humans, we are known to be very curious people. So, and we always want to experiment. We're just like children sometimes. You look at a link, it's very lucrative, it's very promising. You know, you end up clicking on it, not knowing that it's really going to take you to a space where the whole company, either your whole system, your company, or your personal security becomes at risk. So again, in the era of AI, I mean, how is AI changing the way cyber criminals attack? Because we've seen deep fakes, we've seen smarter phishing scams, we've seen those luring lucrative emails and messages that are being forwarded from one group to the other. Why is this still happening? Does it still go back to us humans being humans, or there is something that is not happening right?
AI is in two hands. Those who want to do good, that is number one category. Everyone wants to do good. There's only one thing that differentiates them. Do good for your own benefit and the benefit of others. Or you do good just for your own personal benefit. Yeah? Now that comes to being greedy. When you using AI to scam someone, that is for the wrongdoing. But AI has been around. From way back. I remember the earlier days, we would have, I remember, I think about 15 or so years ago, people would send emails, and you would see some of the emails getting to your spam box. Google, for example, has over time used AI to separate these mails. You don't know someone. How can me, a one Ben Kerry from Uganda, receive an email from someone from Cambodia? We've never connected. Or someone from deep down in Abuja or any part of the country. So of course there has been that AI, right? Only that it has not, maybe it has actually matured at this point in time. But a little statistic that I read was Microsoft, it shows me, Microsoft reports over 600 million hostile signals that are blocked daily.
Wow, that's quite a number.
Yes, it's a very big number. And they say that a significant portion of these are attempts like phishing, spamming, and bot activity that are not necessarily successful, but attacks that not necessarily successful attacks, but reflect the high volume of threat activity. So in the era of AI, we have what we call the hyper-personalized attacks. Yeah? You craft convincing emails and messages and direct it to Ruth. Someone can even address you by your name, Ruth Atim. We give a lot of information to the public every day. People use, right now, I read somewhere that someone was posted on X and says, this era, someone can give you his WhatsApp messages, but not give you his OpenAI, the ChatGPT account. Why? Because there's a lot of conversation that happens between you, the user, and the machine behind you or before you. It happens. And so the deep fakes. Yeah. Someone records a voice and impersonates another, and we think it is real. You get? Now, the other day, I saw a clip, whatever that was happening in Kenya upon the return of the body of the former prime minister. There are many images that came through. Some of them were fake. The right ones were there, but others still cloned many. So you might find out that with a lot of deepfakes, a CEO's voice is cloned, asking for a wire transfer. Yeah. All this is in the wrong hands of AI. But also because AI shortens the speed. If a human is going to sit before the computer and then target someone on the other side, the only beautiful thing that's going to happen is that AI is going to shorten that space. AI is going to shorten to identify that target. Yeah? And launch an attack. So there's going to be a very thin line between launching the attack, launching the target, identifying the target, and launching an attack. So it's not just a tool for defenders. No. AI is not just a tool for defenders, but it's also in the hands of the wrongdoers. Yeah.
Because it's out there, everyone is leveraging it openly, and there are actually other people who are creating their own versions of chatbots, which in the end translates into AI. Which takes us to the next question. How can, still in the era of AI, how can organizations leverage AI to help them, to help them get away with some of the cyber threats that they do experience?
AI is a powerful tool, but it is not a silver bullet. I'll repeat. AI is a very powerful tool, but it is not a silver bullet.
But can it play, does it have any roles to play? We are in the Cyber Security Month of October. And can people out there use AI to fight some of these cyber breaches, the cyber criminals who are out there, looking for who to attack?
AI is still, I will still say again, AI is not a silver bullet, so it must complement human behavior.
Yeah.
Microsoft launched what they call the Microsoft Security Copilot. It's an AI tool. And it has helped many persons, many cyber experts defend against attacks. Yeah? And over 14,000 of these cyber experts, they use it to investigate it. What kind of attack was it? AI is there's a very good cause for it. It's a very good thing. The only difference that happens is that if we don't move closely and also deploy it, organizations should be able to put up this. Google has been, like I told you earlier, Google has been using AI for the past many years. I don't know how old my Google account is, but from the time I started using it to the current date, they are still giving us that option where this is marked as spam. Some are auto-marked as spam. And it has been there. And like I said, we just have to deploy it. Yeah? As an institution, what is working for you? What do you intend to achieve at the bottom line of it? Use a tool that is working for you. There are many, for example, that are using Microsoft products. But do you know that the Microsoft product you're using, there is the Microsoft Security Copilot that was introduced to defend you? Yeah? Are you having the right staff to do this work? If they are, how often are you training them? You get? So, with your question, AI, yes, can be used to defend them because I talked about the spams. There's even one that will be marked spam, like, no, this is not spam.
Yeah.
There are many email providers here in the country that we live with. Some of them are friends, but they just don't have yet the infrastructure to block some spam mails. So what do? A certain maweje from somewhere might want a personalized domain-based email, but it doesn't have enough funds to do this. They will give him his domain-based email address. But the organization, that company X, is not skilled enough to make sure that the spam filter level is higher, so it blocks off several. Maweje will send an email to a Ruth who has a very high spam filter. And Ruth will keep on saying, I'm not seeing the mail. I am not seeing the mail. But the mail is in the spam box.
Yeah.
Now, Ruth, because she knows there's a human firewall, there's a human behavior, that intuition, like, no, it's probably in the spam box. The other side has already been marked it. Yeah. So you're seeing the integration of AI and the human behavior, that it has marked it as a spam. On this other side, like, no, this is not a spam. And you will add it onto the list of those that are going to be to come through to your mailbox. But it also does real-time detection, which is very key. Yeah. Just to mention but a few.
Yeah. Again, we are in a digital era.
Yeah.
We have kids who have devices everywhere. There are actually right now, the influx of smart devices among the infants, among the children, among the elites and the illiterates, it's just very high, and how can we as either parents or as stakeholders in the cyberspace leverage some of these platforms or devices to fight cyber insecurity? Maybe to just reiterate on that, could it be as people adding a layer of trainings to the people that use these devices, or do we need sensitizations, or do we need like a mass, should we involve the government to have like those mass sensitization about cybersecurity? Because I mean, everyone has a smart device. Everyone is prone to being scammed. Everyone is prone to be lured into clicking those unscrupulous links.
Thank you, Ruth. Good security doesn't need to be complicated. It just needs to be constant. I keep telling my friends that I am building a smart home. And they're like, hey, but yeah, you can do it because you're a tech chap. I tell them, no. It's not about me, but how about the people that are going to be in that home? You get? So if I have a vision, there are many things that I have to do. I have to sit down all my constituents and tell them, hey, this is how everything is going to work. The basic things. You have a device. Do you know what kind of device you have? Yeah? How much is there? What kind of information is there? What kind of tools and applications are there? You get? What do you know about them? If you know about that I am having a certain phone brand or a certain system at my house, do I know how it works? Key to note, security updates, the fact that there are security updates, update it immediately it comes. That is very key because the patches are released on a daily. If patches are released on a daily, different players release different applications for their different updates for their applications. And when this comes through, it is very important for you to let it update. In fact, auto-update it. Turn off what you don't need. You get? If I give you my phone and you ask me, what does this do for you? I will tell you. If I give you my phone and you want to check when the last update happened, I'll tell you I'll give an example like WhatsApp, for example, because it's common.
Yeah.
3 days ago, I needed an update and it updated. Right now, it is updated. All other applications, because every week they either release an update twice or thrice.
That is weekly?
Weekly.
Wow.
And then there are also these, the system updates. What the attacker needs is just a small gap. As long as there's a loophole, that is what they will use. Turn off what you don't need. Ask a certain Ben Kerry somewhere, hey, how do I go about this? Yeah. We are in an era where we have fiber players. They give fiber internet in our homes. But do you know that those two devices, there is a device that it connects from the telecom provider's house. I mean, a place of where their systems are. What have you done? Or when it comes, do you just connect to it? If MTN is hit, for example, then you too will be hit. How then do you cut out the middleman? Yeah? Find out from someone. It's very good to share this information with someone than to just keep it there on your own. Seek help. Yeah? Once again, the team is there. Ruth, you play a very, very good role for some of this information, laying it out to the public. Now, but it's also not your responsibility to have the public understand this kind of information.
Right.
If they continue seeking out from those who know, then they will know, and everybody will know, and then it will get better.
Right.
Sure.
When you mentioned about having a smartphone, it reminded me of there was a certain clip which was trending online. So this gentleman had everything in his house, like that you could access it through his voice prompt. It was voice prompt. So he went to a dentist and you know when you're from the dentist, somehow your pronunciations differ. so the guy came back and was trying to communicate to his devices. The prompt at the door couldn't recognize his voice because, the tonation had changed. Like everything had changed. So basically, the system that he built to make his life easier boomeranged,
Went on a loop.
Yeah. So the guy was locked out of his house. Everything just turned and started fighting him. So I think that also draws to us as humans to be very cautious, and while enabling and adapting to some of this looming technology. Yeah, so maybe for the benefits of our listeners, of course, we know as humans, like I mentioned earlier on, we tend to be very curious. We want to experiment and see how things work. Maybe for their benefit, is what would you say some of the simple daily skill sets that they could use or they could implement to not to fall victims of cyber scams, victims of being defrauded online, and how to secure their devices, both online and offline?
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll speak to them.
Yeah.
I'll speak for the camera.
Yeah.
And cybersecurity is less about the tools, but it's more about the behavior. Yeah? Remember earlier I said that building a very smart system, you need to build a system that is less complicated. Yeah? It's not about the complexity, it's about the constant. So cybersecurity is less about the tools, but more about the behavior. What do? A simple pause before you click. A simple pause before you click. You just click on that link that has come to your email can save you a lot, right? Pause before you click. Breathe. Don't be in a rush.
Yeah.
Take it in. Yeah. Someone told me of a skill of that. Even when you're mad, take a pause. Is it worth? Is it worth? It's the women have, they call it the sixth sense.
Yeah.
Pause it.
We do that a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So even if you're not a woman and you're a man, we men like making rash decisions. Before you click, take a pause.
Yeah.
Yeah. Update your devices. If your device is updated, chill. Get the tools from that authorized store, Play Store or iOS. Don't go ahead turning off installing applications from unknown sources. No, you don't need that. You get. Don't share a lot. It's very key. Remember, your enemy, if your enemy knows nothing about you, they don't have a way in. You get. But we live in a world where where one shares about everything. They're in their homes and they are snapping, their televisions. Yeah, it's a smart TV, and then so what? Yeah, you're flying out, and then you're giving us the QR code, the bus scanner of your ticket. Whatever you share out there has an implication that might not bite right now, but it will bite at a certain time when you least expect it.
Yeah.
Verify sources before you click on that link. Verify the sources. Important to back up whatever that you have, whatever that you need to protect. Keep away from it. You get. If you have
have a copy of it elsewhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
You get. If you have money in your savings account, do you go to your savings account every day to see whether the money is there? No, because you saved the money.
Yeah.
You get? So you don't need to always move with the copy of whatever you backed up anywhere. No, you don't. Yeah? Just one person that pauses and waits, notifies someone about this. We have WhatsApp groups. Yeah? It will save hundreds or tens from getting through the same scam. Just one. So it's a practice that we do need to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That reminds me, during I do conduct trainings in cybersecurity and digital safety. So there was this time I was training some female journalists on how to be cyber literate. So one of them mentioned that there are some things that are too good to be true, but again, as humans, we are curious. We want to experience everything. So this lady received a receipt apparently from Kenya Airlines. Kenya Airways, that she had a laptop that was being sent from the UK. The receipt looked so legit. If you looked at that particular receipt, it had the head stamps, the headed paper, the logos, like everything checked out, Of course, checked out on paper, yeah. And she was very excited. She thought maybe she had gotten a blesser, Yeah, and then she was prompted to pay an amount of 700,000 shillings.
Wow.
And
UGX?
UGX. Oh. So she rushed to pay because apparently she's receiving a new laptop, one that would make her work easy. As a journalist, she does productions. So after paying the money, that's when hell broke loose. The phone contacts stopped going through. Her messages started not going through. Like everything just didn't go as planned. So again, that also speaks to us as humans. There are certain things that we are always pushed to for the get quick rich schemes. I mean, some of those things are good, yes, but some of them are also, again, not very good because, I mean, why would someone out of the blue send you an email that you've won a laptop, yet you've never had an interaction with them? You've never boarded a Kenyan airline, but again, from nowhere, you're receiving an email. So sometimes we humans are to blame. We blame technology, but also there is what we call the sixth sense or common sense that we tend to ignore and let some of these scammers get the best of us. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure thing.
So
and just to add, security, the security culture is built. It's not imposed. You get? So your friend there who got scammed, well, we pray that they have learned a thing or two.
Had earned money.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, we do have organizations, and we've seen how cyber attacks take a huge blow on organizations. And then you run an organization, I do run an organization. So how can organization heads, what can they do? You talked about not thinking before you click. You talked about backing up and updating putting your devices on auto updates so that the patches, the glitches are taken care of during the updates. How about the organizations? Because the staff use organization machines, and any loophole crashes the whole organization systems. Apart from what you've just mentioned now, is there anything that organizations can do to secure their systems, let alone the human firewall that is always that is very easy to penetrate?
Yeah, sure thing. You see, organizations all vary. Those ones are small, they're mid, they're big ones. But even the biggest company or organization can receive a cyber attack. You get? It's able to receive a cyber attack. But there is an organization that I know that when a staff joins, a staff is subjected to mandatory tests. They go through a certain literature online. They go ahead and run and do the tests. Have you understood what we are telling you? You get? Whatever we are teaching you, have we understood it?
What are these tests? Cyber tests?
The tests, yes. For example, they can give you a topic like data protection, for example, information security. They give you real-time examples. You get? But all this is for you to make sure that you are not the weakest link. Good. Because it can either be the weakest link, or in cybersecurity, either the weakest link or the strongest defense. You get. So whether you are an expert, they brought you, there are those mandatory tests that you should do. Before you recruit someone and understand their literacy levels when it comes to security, because there are many that are not interested. But as an organization, do you have a culture that breeds people? If the organization is not cultured enough to know that this is very important, then they're going to receive quite a number of cyber attacks. It's just a matter of time. You get. There are several organizations that still, mostly the non-profits, that do not have budgets for their IT departments or security departments. They're not there. To them, information technology is part of administration. You get. And to them, when they buy you a computer, they think they have added a stone to the wall. No. If you don't plan for these security systems and updates the way you plan for a program. In fact, it should be a program. If you don't, then you wait for it. It's a ticking time bomb. Trainings, people should deal away with conventional trainings on compliance tests and compliance slides. No. It is thus very important. Have real practical sessions. It's not about blaming someone. Okay, it's you who did this. No. How then do we find a solution? I talked about tests earlier. It shouldn't be a one-off. Let it be biannual. Let it be annual. You come through at the end, at the beginning of your tenure, midway your tenure, do another one. Yeah? It should be a cycle, because you're building a culture that even when the person lives there, they will know that that organization is cultured. The systems are in place.
Yeah.
But design also these states according to people's positions. Yeah? If I am not in charge of IT docket, of course there are several tests that I'm not going to do, but there are others from the IT docket that they will be able to do. Put in place systems that are going to be able to protect. Yes, the tools protect, there is the human intuition, but also you cannot let the team work on the systems that are obsolete. They're not in use anymore. Give them what is in use, what is applicable, among many others. We learn every day because technology evolves. What worked 10 years ago is not the same that is working in 2025 and beyond. Yes.
I think as the same way offices and organizations always have like those in-house parties, end of year parties, I think organizations need to have a culture of skilling their staff, giving them some in-house cyber security trainings, because I mean, any mistake will definitely cost the organization a lot. And as you all know, most organizations have like an IT department. And any technical glitch, they always call the IT person. Someone has minimized their work, they can't trace their work, they're calling an IT person. And yet that is something that you as a person can do to recover your work.
And then when you know that when the leadership of an institution is very good and follows cybersecurity, they have protocols that are in place. They have things that they're supposed to. The leadership is in a straight line.
Yeah.
The organization will flow well. I know of an institution. Linux is one of the hardest operating systems, but the ED woke up one day and said, if it's going to take Linux for us to have a certain level of security in the company, I will spearhead it. She doesn't use any other operating system, but she's not a tech junkie. She doesn't have a tech background. She just woke up and said, let's use this. Because she had been convinced that attacks on Linux operating systems, they're minimal. No one is even interested in it. You get. Design protocols that are there. If the protocols are not there for the team, it's going to be very hard.
Yeah.
It's going to be very hard for the protocols, for the policies, because how are you going to hold them? How are they going to be held culprit when you don't have a protocol to govern them, but there are no policies? When they come through, give it to them. Learn them. Create series. Hey, there is ABCD. this is what you need to do, and go about it. It's very key.
Yeah,
Sure.
it's very key. And then as we come to the close of our very important discussion, looking ahead, what do you think the balance will look like between human intuition and AI in cybersecurity? We've talked about how humans are curious, and then we've talked about how AI has the pros and the cons. Like, what do you make of the blend between these two, I would say, stakeholders in the tech industry?
What I know is that these two, they're going to continuously be like this.
Like,
It's going to be hybrid.
Yeah.
Yes. The AI is going to do its role. Humans are going to do its role. We're going to be working together. We're going to be in sync. And then AI will handle the speed and scale. Identifying anomalies, researching about it, about whatever that has happened. And the humans, we shall handle the context and judgment. As they're doing the other dirty work, we're going to handle the context. We're going to be the judge. We're going to make decisions that machines can't make. In a nutshell, that is what I can say about that.
So Mr. Kerry, I'm really enjoying this discussion. It's we can go on and on, but like they always say, every good thing has to come to an end. And this is the point where you tell us your parting shots. What do you want to leave our listeners with? Our curious listeners who always want to click before they think.
Thank you very much, Ruth. And it's been a pleasure being here. And for everyone who is about to click, take a pause. In the era of the AI and many technologies that are being developed, these are systems that are going to be here with us. So do not rush, because you need to protect yourself. But also, just to conclude, AI can be the shield, and AI, yes, is the shield, but people are the strategists. I thank you very much.
Okay, and that brings us to the end of this episode of the Gender Tech Podcast. A powerful reminder that cybersecurity isn't just about the tools, but it's about us, the people. A very big thank you to our guests who helped us unpack this very interesting and very timely topic. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you don't miss out on the next episode that we shall be posting soon. Until next time, stay safe, stay informed, and keep building a secure world. Bye.